Hello, this is Judy and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm working on the stamp of the month for August 2022. It is called Teach, Love, Inspire. Now, as you can see from this, I've been working with it and I made masks for this. We have new masking paper that came with our new catalog from Close to My Heart, and this is it. And it's like a post-it note adhesive. It is sticky the whole side, so making masks is wonderful. So far, I'm really enjoying it. It's a really good value. Look at all that you get on this roll. It's just incredible. So it should last me for a long time. And these are the cards that I made. Now, the Stamp of the Month program, I will explain. You can get it for $18.95 outright. If you order $50 worth of merchandise on my website, you can get it for $5. If you're VIP under me, you can get it for free with a $50 purchase. And if you want to be a VIP, it's a great program. If you're going to buy Close to My Heart products, why not join? It's $35 to join. You get a $15 credit. I give you a bonus goodie of free shipping on your first order. So, you know, it's a great program and I'd love to have you join me. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so every month I create a card kit or a scrapbook layout to give you when you order it from me, and I'll send it out to you free. All these cards, okay, everything you need to make these cards. The bases, the envelopes, and all the pieces are in here. The only thing you'll need is the gems, the shimmer brushes to color or something to color with, your foam adhesive or tape adhesive, liquid adhesive, whatever you want to use. But otherwise, I think everything is here. You know, you'll need your stamping blocks and your ink, of course, but, you know, everything else is here. All you need to do is stamp your images, color, and put them together as you want to. You know, it's great. I give you the ideas. You can do whatever you want with it. And I love these cards. I was very happy. This is kind of a hard set to go with, right? It's for teachers. Do we have kids in school? I don't. My kids are up and gone. So, but you never know. Anybody who inspires you or teaches you or helps you, you are appreciated. We simply couldn't do it without you. So there are other images on here that you can use. This book belongs to, and that I can use for all of my grandkids. This little stack of books is so cute. This little cup with all the utensils for office supplies, that can be used for crafting. A coffee cup, I always can use that. An apple, the same. This is a notebook. And, you know, so it's very useful even if you don't use it for teachers, okay? And the only teach that you see on here, the reference, is right there. So you could use it for a lot of different things. And you can change out the sentiment. I'm sure you have other sentiments somewhere in your stash that you could put there, and or not even put a title there at all. It's just really cute. It's like a little desktop with everything on it. I just love it. This is a backpack. It is a gift card holder. And look at that. Thank you. Could be for anything. I think I'm going to make these for my kids for money to give them for their school clothes this year. And this, again, you could put anything in here. It doesn't have to be a teacher-related thing. I do love this notebook paper, though. That was done on the Cricut. And, again, a thank you. And here, this rainbow, can you see? Isn't it gorgeous? I love the shimmer from the shimmer brushes. I just put clear shimmer brush on all of that cardstock, and it just glows. It's so pretty. This paper is from the Backyard Bliss bulk paper, and I use that on this card as well. And then the inside is plain, so it's just a thank you card. And those little hearts, don't they look like birds? They're so cute. All right, so I wanted to show you how I put these together, because anybody who orders it from me, I do this video so they can follow it to put these cards together. So I will explain as I go what's going on. Oh, and we have these. These are new metallic paint markers, and oh my gosh, they are so nice. I've only opened one because I love metallic, and I use the fine one. So it's a shake it up. You press it to get the ink flowing, and then you can just draw on your cards. And you'll see in here, there's some of the silver here and along the metal piece that holds the globe. I did it on the scissors here, a couple things on the books. So this one is 3 millimeters. And this one is 4 millimeters. I've also cut out, I stamped on the masking paper and trimmed them out so that I could do masking with this stamp set. But, you know, that's a great thing. I love to mask, and I've been looking for a good masking paper. I've bought it from several companies, and really I like this a lot. So let's put these away, and we will do each of them quickly. The backpack card. This is a thin cut that is still available online from Close to My Heart. It will be available for another year. And I cut out all the pieces for you, and you may have different colors. It depends on what cardstock I had. I tried to give you fun colors and put this base. It's going to go here as an interest. Now on the prototype card, I embossed it, but I didn't cut it. I used a rubber cushion to run it through my machine, so it just gave texture. So some of the pieces in the card kits have it with just the texture and not the holes cut through. Okay, so you never know what you're going to get. It's like a surprise. I love that. This is the peach cardstock, and of course my glue is stuck, so let me get that undone. All right, so let's get the glue out here. And I like to use liquid on these thin cuts because there are so many holes in it. You can go through and put little dots of glue here and there just to hold it down, but I don't really want glue going through the thin cut to the other side. Depending on what glue you have, if it dries matte, you're good to go. If it's dry shiny, like with liquid glass, yeah, that could be, you could see the shine if you look at it just right. So if that's something you mind, then, you know, use a matte liquid. And I'm going to put my ink pads on this to hold it down while I put ink on this. And you may or may not have this border. This is a thin cut of rectangles. I think they're still available, but they are being discontinued. So if you haven't gotten these thin cuts yet, it's a whole set for many, many different triangles. Make sure you go in and get them. They're really, really nice. They're stitched triangles, and this one is a full-size card. All right. So I'm going to, again, put my ink pad on there to hold it down while that dries. Okay, for the backpack, it comes like this. It's got a little cut here for you to slide the tab through. And you also get this piece for a gift card. You can use it if you want. You don't have to. You know, you can just put a sentiment in it, but I gave it to you just in case. And this fits perfectly. If you get it all the way down to the bottom, it won't show, okay? So notice that. Now, on these gift cards, you also want to make sure you don't put glue where these tabs are, because you don't want that to be hindered from holding your card, okay? And you're going to put it right at the base in the middle as close as you can. Fold it up and press it down so it's as far down so that it doesn't show. You could round the corners as well. I thought about doing that, but time is not on my side. I've got a lot of stuff to do. So there we go. So now I can slip my card in there. So then we're going to close this up. Oh, one other thing. There is a tab here. Now, I've seen on other backpacks where they will have the tab in the back. It's to hang the backpack up, right? I kind of like it slid through so it looks like it's part of the backpack there, like that. See how it looks? It looks better, I think. So, you know, just so you know, you can do either way. So I'm going to glue this down. And you only put glue down at the bottom. Fold your tab over so you make sure you have it as close to the top as you can get. And that way it is fit it in there, okay? Now these little pieces are for your pocket in the front, and you could put a little scoring line on this flap so that it opens. It's up to you. I left it so that I can do that. So I just put glue around the top and the bottom. So if I want to tuck something in there, I still can. And then on this is going to go here, and you could do either side. The papers match. All right, so I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to put it at the top so that if I want to put something inside, I can. I can flap it up. Flip it up, flap it up. Whatever you prefer. All right, so that looks good. Now these two pieces here, they go on the sides of the backpack. I'm not quite sure. I never use the backpack, so I'm not quite sure what they represent. Maybe some side pockets, I'm guessing. So they're going to go here. And again, you can use either side of the paper. This paper is from some of our mix-in collections. They may not be available still. I like to use them. They're very nice patterns that are not so theme oriented that you can use them to coordinate with the theme patterns in the collections. So there you go. Now this piece is supposed to be for like maybe a name tag. Okay. And I think maybe I'll use this side just so it shows, and it has little X's there. I'm not going to put a name on it. I could write it in once I determine who I'm going to give this to. And I think I will put some little dots on it. Now these are our melon color. These are brand new to our line. This is our color of the year for this year. And it comes in a package called Dots. And there are over 100 in the package. Okay, get sheets. There's hearts, stars, and circles. And we have a whole color line. So let me show you. I have another one here. This is the periwinkle and bluebird and sapphire. So I think I'm going to use the sapphire one. Maybe I'll put 2 dots here. That would be cute. So it comes like this, and they give you a choice of 3 different colors in each package. So this is the blue selection. Oh, that would look cute. I wonder if I could put one there too. All right, so if you put your finger over it and you slide the acetate out from underneath, it will attach right where you had it. Like that. See, isn't that cool? Okay, so we're going to put, maybe we'll put a heart here. All right, so I want the heart there. Oh, and these are very thin too. They're very, very thin. So that's really nice, especially nowadays with the Postal Service. Really has changed, and they really take into account bulk on papers. So be careful with the bulk that you put on them. If you don't mind paying extra, then go ahead and use all the foam adhesive in bulk that you want. But sometimes, you know, I just want something nice but thin. So that came out really cute. Okay, so the backpack and the gift card is done, and this should be dry now. So there, just add some texture in the back with that thin cut, and then the inside for a sentiment, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm not going to use a lot of glue, just in case they want to take it off and use it for something else, they can. It'll probably rip the paper, but they could put it on something else and no one would ever know. So there you go. Now on the inside, we'll put one of these nice stamps on there. And I think, actually, if I'm going to use it for my grandkids for their school supplies or school clothes, maybe I'll just put books, and then I'll have to find a little stamp that says something that would coordinate with that. Like, just for you, or I love you, or have fun shopping. You know how kids are. Especially my one granddaughter will be a sophomore this year. So she will love to have some of her own money to buy her own things. Okay, another thing that we have is, oh, let's do this, the masking. We also now have blender brushes. They've been on the market for a while, and I'm glad that Close to My Heart has jumped on the bandwagon. So let me get that and show you. Okay, they come in a package of 3, and it's Z4572. And they look like this, and they have Close to My Heart logo on them. I like that they're white. I know people have used makeup brushes that are very similar to these. I don't know. I don't have a reference to compare, but oh my gosh, these are really soft. Oh boy. All right, so let me see. What color can I use? Periwinkle. I can use periwinkle. This is one of our new colors. And it goes really well with the sapphire. So I'm just going to lightly put some ink on there, not a lot. And these, I'm going to start on my mask and then go out. I don't want to start off of the paper because it could leave harsh lines. These are really nice. It takes a lot of blending to get some ink saturation. So this is really good for a light coloring of ink. All right. But once I take the mask off, you'll be able to see that a lot better. All right, I really like that. Now, let's see what it looks like. And this masking paper, like I said, is quite sticky, but look at it. Isn't that cool? I love it. All right, so now I will just, and I got some ink on there. I must have been on my fingers. Whoops. So that card is done. That's how you put the backpack card together. All right, what's next? Let me put these away. The next card we're going to work on is this card with the notebook paper edge. Love it. And this is a great thank you. It's just really pretty. I love this paper from Backyard Bliss. It's our bulk paper. It has grass on one side, which of course I'll use for so many things because living on a farm, I use grass backgrounds for a lot, but I love these colors. They're so soft and pretty. And that is sapphire. It's probably like a second generation color of sapphire, with the inside is the darker sapphire. And this is a zip strip, and this is from the mix-in that is current right now. So there's your piece. So this is very simple, okay, but so pretty. And I just put it here to emphasize the torn edge. You get this sapphire piece or maybe a periwinkle piece, depends on what color I had at the time, and a white piece to put over the top. And it just gives you that edge that looks so pretty. And this is going to go underneath for your notebook cover. Okay, so it's very easy. And the zip strip, we put in 1/4 of an inch from the edge. So I like to use my Versamat to line it up so I know I have it straight, because sometimes I'm not so good at eyeballing it, but if I have time, I'll try and be precise. I have the tools, why not use them? All right. So that's down. Now, I want to put this under here, okay? Your piece may be small. You have to be careful on how I got it to cut, because to save on paper, I cut, I believe, 4 inches. So let's see if I got it. Okay, so this particular piece is wider, so I can make sure that I glue on the edges so that it will adhere nicely. All right, that fits really nice. All right, so I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I'm going to get out my toffee ink because we want to distress the edge a little bit with some inking. And I could do it with one of the blender brushes, but I only have 3 and I like to save one for every color. So the one that I use already will be for blues. And then I'll probably do one for reds and pinks, maybe extend a purple depending on what purple it is. If it's a red or purple or a blue or purple, depends on what brush I use. And the other one will go for the yellows and oranges. So for brown, I'm going to go back to the good old sponge dauber. And I'm just going to go around the edge. And this will really help it to pop up off of that base white card. Okay. And I'll show you here what it looks like. So see how it pops up along the edge there a little bit better? So let's get some scrap paper and we'll distress it more, just in case you want to see how to do that. Make it look like some old paper, right? Or an old worn notebook. So you're going to put it down and then you can rub it along the edge and you can see how much more distressed it is. It'll be a, what do you call it? Dog-eared? Yeah, it can be dog-eared. And you can rough up these torn edges if you so like, you know, give them bend so that they look like you really tore it out. And then this will go on here like this. And I'm going to pop it on foam. And I don't have my liquid glass here, so I'm hoping that whatever this glue is will be good enough. I think this is the Tombow, not mono, it's the multi-purpose glue that makes your fingers sticky if you get it on your fingers. So depending on that, I think this will hold it very well. I like liquid glass. That's my choice for gluing down foam. All right, so let's put this on here. And I don't want to use a lot because then the paper can buckle and so on and so forth. So we're going to put this down. Another good reason to have liquid glue. You can move it to how you want it. Okay, so let's put some weight on this while we stamp our sentiment piece. Now, I would like this stamp to say, I simply couldn't do it without you. Otherwise, it would generally have to be from 1 or 2 or more people. It's we. So you could do stamp surgery and cut that off to say, I simply couldn't do it without you. And I'm sure there are a lot of sentiment stamps that have the letter I or even an alphabet stamp. Now, as you see, when you see me pull this off, I did already do stamp surgery on this. I wanted the U for another purpose, so I cut that off. So let me show you how I can fix that. And I'm using this one. So I'm going to put this stamp on the block. And then I'm going to put this one right where it was. And it fits right in there because it just does. It's the polymer substance. It just fits together so nicely that you'd never know I cut it. Whereas like red rubber, I don't think it would fit together so nicely. Oops. All right, so let's hope that I have this inked well. If not, we flip it over and do the other side. Perfect. All right. So let me clean this up. All right, now you notice well, you may not see it. I have a new organization for my shimmer brushes. Isn't this cool? It's those trays for the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers. I just stuck them together, put some tape on them, put them up on their side, and my shimmer brushes fit in these perfectly. I did put a piece of cardstock over the front. I have seen others use acetate, but you know, whatever you want to do. I thought maybe if this worked for me, I'm still new to it, I could decorate the front. Okay, the last card is this really fun rainbow. Love this. This is actually from a digital art collection that Close to My Heart has, and it is a full-size page for scrapbooking with a rainbow. And I just sized it down to make this cute little card. And I think rainbows are always a nice way to say thank you, to just jazz up a card and make it pretty. And you don't have to make the bows here a rainbow color, you know, the Roy G. Biv colors. You can make them any color you want. On this card, you can see I have the light and dark sides of the paper, and some I don't, some I do. I think this is Sundance, Candy Apple, Peach. I'm not sure what that color is. But, you know, use whatever colors that you may have to make something like this. It's very pretty. The base is Bluebird. So this is going to go on your cardstock, and your card should fit almost to the edge with a very light border. And you can stamp this if you so desire to add some texture to it. I generally like to add some texture to the back, but for the purpose of the video, I'm just going plain Jane today. Okay, so that looks good. And we will get this done as well. This is just your sentiment piece. Goes on the front. Your clouds are here. We're going to ink those with the Bluebird, but let's get the shimmer brush on these so they dry just a little bit. So I'm going to lay them out. So this I found to be the easiest way for me. You can do it any way you want. You can do it with different colors of shimmer brush. You'll notice on these that the bottom of the paper, one is curved and one is straight, okay? So that's how you would kind of line it up, because otherwise it might not fit perfectly. But when you glue these down, they are movable because they're so thin. All right, so there's that. And that. All right, so, and I use a clear shimmer brush for these. Shake it up. I think this is a brand new one. Gonna make sure that's tight. I'm gonna squeeze it out. No, this is not the brand new one. All right. Let's try this one. This one is almost empty too. I use clear a lot. All right, so we got some shimmer out. So I'm going to hold it down and I'm going to just brush all the pieces at once. This makes it so easy. And I can make sure I get all of them. And this just, it doesn't add any color to it. It just makes it shimmer and shine, which is what you think of when you think of a rainbow, right? You squeeze it to get the liquid out. I'm going to get some more on my craft mat here. This one's almost empty too.
Well, I lost the footage for the rest of the card making, but here's a picture of the rainbow card in its entirety, so you can see the placement and a couple close-ups of it, so you can see the shimmer and the clouds. I popped the clouds up on foam adhesive as well. This is card 3, and it's you get the background thin cut, and then the cork board to make a table. And then you just fussy cut the images out and set them on the corkboard table. On one of the card samples, I colored the images in. On the other one, this one in particular, I did not color them, just the apple to give it that pop of color. I like that. Here's a close-up, and I popped some of them up on multiple layers of foam to give them dimension from the back to the front. So now I'll give you some close-ups of the first cards, the backpack and the torn paper edge card, and then close-ups of the inside of the cards that I did so that you can just see that blending with that brush. It was so pretty. I hope you enjoy these, and if you have any questions about ordering the stamp of the month, please let me know and I'll help you out. Take care. Have a great day.